I have a list of study techniques that are gonna work for lazy people. And by lazy people, I mean that people want to get the most amount of results while putting in the minimal time possible. If that's you, and this video is exactly for you. And the first tip is that you don't need to study for every subject. You're always told to balance all your subjects and study them equally, but I disagree. You don't need to balance every single subject. For example, there are subjects that you know like the back of your hands. For me, it was heritage. I got an A in heritage, but I never sat down to study heritage. I just knew it like the back of my hand. So you don't need to study subjects that you know. And the second tip is that you must study your weak points. Study subjects that you know that you're not very good at. Like in life, you must take advantage of your strong points, but in school, you must study your weak points and you bring them up. That's how you become a full top student. You study your weak points. And the third tip is that you must take breaks while studying. And for example, me, I take breaks about every 20 minutes. And by break, I don't mean using the Pomodoro technique, which is distract yourself for 5 minutes. I mean, just go outside for a walk, meditate, take a break when you're studying. Every 20 minutes is going to be so worth it. And the fourth and my favorite for now is that when you're studying, you don't need to do each and every question. What I mean is that, let's say the teacher gave you 10 questions to do. You don't need to do all 10 questions. You can do the first one. I recommend you do the first one, which will be the easiest one. You just open up your mind and give yourself some quick dopamine, and then do the 3 hardest ones. So when you have 10 questions, do number 1, and then do 3 of the hardest. Don't fool yourself. Do what you know is very, very hard, and then that's how you're going to get the most bang for your buck. And the fifth one, that you must learn how to study. Seriously, reading and studying are 2 different things. And it took me a long time for me to finally realize that I was always wrong. I always thought that sitting down and reading was the best way to study, but I was always wrong. That is complete nonsense. Sitting down and reading pages, you're just lying to yourself. You're not actually learning anything. So I'm going to make a full video about this soon enough, but let me just summarize it for you, because I'm teaching you the lazy way, so you want the quick things, right? So just do past exam questions. Why? Because they're going to ask the exact same thing in a slightly different way. So if you have an exam coming up, if you can do 50 past exam questions papers of that exam, for example, a math exam, do 50 past exam math question papers, and you are going to just become a top A student easily without needing to study for 12 hours. So those are the tips. Apply them and tell me how it goes, and I'm going to see you at the top.